SafePrac is a reputable health and safety training academy that has been in practice for the past 20 years with a national footprint. We strive to supply cost-effective, comprehensive, specialized safety training which improves the knowledge of employees to the benefit of the employer. Our material has been specially developed to meet the legal requirements as set out by the various statutory bodies. Our courses are accredited through various CETAs and are registered with the Department of Labor and Department of Higher Education. Although we offer a variety of courses, we are proud to introduce you to our flagship course, namely SafePrac. SafePrac is derived from the term safety practitioner. The design of the course purposes to specifically train those persons wanting to work as a safety professional. The course comprises of 18 modules with a practical element. This course will surely create multiple opportunities for your career. The class attendance for the course is 30% and the practical component is 70% and spans over a period of 5 weeks with attendance of 2 days a week. The student will be required to complete a portfolio of evidence, POE, at the end of the course. This allows the student to gain a strong personal insight into occupational health and safety in their working environment. This combination of theory and practical ensures that you receive the highest quality of training. The course consists of the following modules. On the first day we cover Occupational Health and Safety Act, Act 85 of 1993. In this module you will learn what the foundations are whereupon the OHS Act has been built. After the foundations we will look at 12 pillars that are part of the OHS Act. Some of these pillars will be understanding definitions, the responsibilities of both employer and employee, the role of the Department of Labor, and many more. On day 2 we cover modules 2 and 3. COID Act. This module will provide you with a better understanding of the workings of workmen's compensation, the content of the COID Act, types of compensation and claims where necessary. You will be introduced to the documentation associated with workmen's compensation on a theoretical as well as practical manner. Health and Safety Management Systems. In this module we will look at the requirements and procedures for implementing a health and safety management program with specific focus on health and safety policies and how to write a policy. We will look at how to monitor a health and safety management program. On day 3 we cover modules 4 and 5, Legal Liability. This module allows you to understand the concept of liability, the different types of liability with specific reference to vicarious liability. Construction Regulations 2014. This module was specifically designed to address frequently asked questions regarding the construction regulations. In this module we will therefore only cover Regulation 1 up to Regulation 8. Most of the other regulations will be dealt with in other modules. We concentrate on the duties imposed by this regulation as well as construction work permits. We will work through the guidelines introduced by the Department of Labor. On day 4 we cover Module 6, Hazard Identification and Risk Assessments. This is a very practical module where you will learn all the steps of how to conduct a comprehensive risk assessment, the different types thereof and where it applies. On day 5 we cover Modules 7 and 8, Emergency Preparedness. In this module, we focus on how to identify and then prepare for different types of emergencies. We furthermore explore the type of alarms sounded in case of emergency and we look at the function of an emergency control center. The procedures of evacuating are discussed in detail. As part of the practical you will write a full emergency plan. Incident Investigation. This module teaches the requirements for a workplace incident investigation, where information is gathered, investigations are conducted and reporting thereof. You will practically complete all the relevant documentation and reports and understand the flow of an incident investigation. On day 6 we cover modules 9 and 10, Firefighting Techniques. In this module you will learn the different classes of fires as well as which extinguishers can be used for the different classes. The importance of inspection of firefighting equipment is addressed. Environmental Management. In this module, we will explain the requirements and procedures for implementing an environmental management program and how to evaluate it. The practical emphasis will be on understanding and writing an environmental policy for a workplace. On day 7 we cover modules 11 and 12, address environmental impacts. This module will aid to develop, implement, and evaluate environmental impacts to prevent or correct any negative impact. You will learn to write an environmental plan consisting of the preparation as well as the implementation thereof to address any environmental impacts. Functions of SHE-Rep. The function of the SHE representative will be explained and the important role they offer to the workplace. On day 8 we cover modules 13 and 14, compliance to environmental regulations. In this module you will learn how to compile a legal register as well as a compliance monitoring checklist. We will explain what compliance to the health, safety, and environment requirements for a workplace are. Evaluation of workplace safety performances and compliance will be discussed. Noise and hearing conservation. This module will mostly concentrate on the noise-induced hearing regulations that are part of the OHS Act. Each section of this regulation will be scrutinized for better understanding of this regulation. We will also expand on the various types and sources of noise and the specific requirements pertaining to noise. The effects of noise will also be discussed and how these should be prevented. On day 9 we will cover modules 15 and 16, hazardous substances. In this module we concentrate on the hazardous chemical regulations that are part of the OHS Act. We will assist and help you to do an assessment as stipulated in the regulations. You will also learn what a MSDS is and how to work with it. Working at heights. This module is focused on the purpose of the fall arrest equipment and regulations thereof. With the practical part of the training, learners are taught how to inspect, assemble, and store said equipment. Pre-installed lifelines, their purpose, and preventing suspension trauma are discussed in depth. On the last day, day 10, we will cover modules 17 and 18, Fall Protection Plan Developer. In this module you will learn what all the steps are to write a fall protection plan. You will learn what different types of rescue equipment there are as well as the different types of rescue techniques. We will cover suspension trauma and how to deal with it. A scenario will be given to you and you must write a fall protection plan thereon. Introduction to scaffolding. As the name states, this module is just an introduction to scaffolding and we will look at the most important sections of SENS 10085. You will be given all the required information for a safety officer to know when a scaffold is safe or not safe. Our facilitators, assessors, and moderators comply with requirements of the various CETAs and have years of practical experience in the field of health and safety. We are constantly expanding our range of training material and accreditation. We are looking forward to have you as a student and share our knowledge and experience with you.